Their house needs work. They need either it's got some issues to get through, CO issues, outdated, whatever the case is.
Yeah, so what is a joint venture with a seller?
So a joint venture with the seller is when they have a property, they have the house, they want to get it up to 2022 code and standards. They want it to be able to sell it at the top dollar on the market. Their house needs work. They need either it's got some issues to get through, CO issues, outdated, whatever the case is. They don't really want to put the funds to work. They don't want to put their funds to get this house up to code and standards. They joint venture with us. We go in, we analyze the property, whether it's renovating it completely, whatever it needs to get done without the homeowner having to put their hand in their pocket.
So why would a homeowner want to do a joint venture when they could just sell it on their own?
Because they might have a challenge selling it on their own. Maybe they have to go through some type of inspections or hurdles to get the house mortgageable. The house, they might want a higher amount. They might want to, increase their equity and what they can get out of their home. And in order to do that, they might not have the funds. So they come to us, and at our own expense, we put in the whole renovation cost. We'll carry the property until it sells. We'll even manage the whole sale. Get our realtor, if they don't have a realtor, of course, but get our realtor involved, who's also an appraiser, who knows the ins and outs,
of the areas,
knows how to get these top dollar for these properties. In the industry, doing it for 30 plus years, but we literally will manage everything. The seller has nothing to do but kind of just work along with us. They get updated and pictures.
So the benefits to the seller is that if they do a joint venture, they'll end up making more money doing it that way. It has to be worth their time, right? They're not just going to do it and make the same amount of money.
Yeah.
So ultimately, they're going to make more money, but they're not going to have to go through the stress and struggle of renovating the property,
getting it mortgageable,
taking the money out of their bank account to renovate the property, dealing with contractors, dealing with the town. We take all that off their plate, put it on ours, and we do some sort of a joint venture with them. And the paperwork is, it's elaborate, and there's a whole bunch of different things we do behind the scene.
But it typically works with someone that inherited a home, a tired landlord, where they just want to get rid of the property and the tenants trash their house.
So let's give a little bit of a
situation.
Yeah,
so we have one of the
houses.
Case study. Yeah, let's do a case study. One of our houses down south in Barnegat. Was it Barnegat? Forked River.
Forked River.
So Forked River, we had an out-of-state landlord contact us. Tenants finally got them out. It took them years to get these people out of this house. They weren't paying. So the guy was already low in cash. He's already put so much money into just keeping the house without it getting taken by the bank. The tenants trashed. When I say trashed this house, it was terrible.
Piles
this guy
of crap,
could not
literal human crap in the corners.
This landlord unfortunately could not call a realtor and list this thing on the open market. He would have he could have.
He would have taken
had to manage
a huge loss, and he would have taken a huge loss because the house was in such disarray.
Oh yeah, he would have had to take a huge discount. So with us, we worked with him. We got our contractors in. He literally didn't have to do anything. We gave him a Dropbox link, updated him with pictures every week. We kept in communication. Obviously, when it came time to sell the house, him being the owner still, had to work with the realtor. But aside from that, he was out of state, didn't have to manage anything, and was able to sell the property.
Do you remember offhand what the benefits were? Like if he got the cash offer, what he would have made versus when
he would have been at a loss. He would have had to still pay off a balance on a mortgage.
So he would have had to take money out of his pocket. Okay, so in this instance, we did the joint venture. If we bought cash, it would have been a loss to him. He would have had to take 25, 30 grand out of his pocket to pay the mortgage off. We would have bought the property. We would have won. He would have lost.
Yeah.
So we made this into a win-win, right? And he ended up, do you remember how much money he ended up getting out?
God, I don't remember. Was it in the 60s? I think it was the 60s, right?
It was in the 60s.
Yeah.
So he ended up making, instead of losing 30 grand,
where he
ended up making 60. That's a $90,000 swing. But guess what? We made 60 also. We actually made a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
I think we made like 95 on our end because we did a percentage to him and then we split the difference over a certain amount.
Yeah.
And so a deal like that, we took a deal that was basically dead. Yeah. We put a win for the seller, put him into a better situation. He ended up making a shitload more money. We ended up making money.
Yeah.
We made the deal happen. He had no stress, no struggle. He didn't have to go into his bank account, take out any dollars to fix anything, deal with any contractors, deal with the town. He did nothing. What he did was agree to the number. He said, if you guys can do this, I'll be your biggest advocate. And he is.
Yeah,
and I
he
think we
is.
got a referral out of that guy.
Oh, he did. I'm sure.